Now, in other trending news, Wick, a friend and family member to the show,
Yeah.
that good Daz.
What's up, Daz?
Daz Dilly.
That's right.
He's going at it with Suge Knight again. Suge Knight is locked up, but I think he got on the Art of Dialogue and said some things that Daz didn't agree with, and Daz went on Instagram and went slam off.
Right.
What were your thoughts about that?
And I saw that, and I will say that I don't know Suge Knight personally.
Mm-hmm.
I met him, once or twice.
Yeah.
The encounters I had with him, he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know Daz a little bit better.
Yeah.
I don't build for Thanksgiving dinner with Daz,
Yeah.
but I have been a couple of corners with Daz.
Yeah.
We have worked together. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna drop this shameless plug. You know what I'm saying? That me and Daz got a new record coming out with the legend MC8. So Daz, MC8, and Wick.
Yeah.
We got a new one. Y'all check for that.
Okay.
Daz has always, when Ghetto Mafia has done something in the city, he'll just pop up sometime, and I look up and it's Daz there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
So that a lot of times that would be a big flex for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially the first time he ever came to my video shoot.
Yeah.
I look over and it's Daz, and he just over there rolling up one and kicking it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely stand with Daz.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of him and Suge relationship, what happened, what didn't happen.
Yeah.
But what I will say, no matter what Suge Knight says about Daz, it does not matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of these suck ass niggas out here that somebody can. If I'm your friend and I fuck with you, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
You have this new internet age now. People try to discredit you for stuff, and then you'll see who your real friends and stuff are.
Yeah.
Hey man, in the 7th grade, Wick got his ass kicked by a female.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We had a picture or a video of it. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, everything that I have done for the next 30 years, there's niggas that, man, I can't fuck with Wick no more, man. He lost a fight, man, in the 7th grade to a girl in the 12th grade. She came and slapped shit out of him. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't real no more.
Yeah.
So when I ride with a person, it's gonna take a lot more than you saying that Tupac spit on him, or if I saw a video that Tupac, let's say hypothetically it did happen, and you showed me video of it, I don't look at Daz as no less.
That's right.
I'm no less. I'm gonna show up for him if he need me.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? If he call the phone, I'm jumping across the bed in my drawers to answer. What's up, my nigga? You all right?
Yeah.
I'm getting out. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
So. I really don't care what Suge is saying about Daz. I really don't care if whatever he said in the Tupac or whatever went on in Death Row. One thing I will say about Daz, I've never known him in the encounters that I've had with him to be a gossiping ass nigga.
Yeah.
I've never known him to be a guy that because I knew Pac a little bit also.
Yeah.
We weren't best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But through MC Breed, I gotta get mine. I gotta get yours. You know what I'm saying? I was there doing that movement.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And through that, I never looked at Daz as the type of person that Pac would have a problem with on that level.
Exactly.
Daz is,
especially when he producing all of his hits.
Absolutely, that too. And Daz jumps right on shit.
Yeah.
Daz don't procrastinate. I sent that track over there to Daz, man. He was the only artist.
Yeah.
Even though I love CeeLo Green, and I had to fuss and fight with CeeLo. I had to drag CeeLo across the finish line. You know what I'm saying? But Daz, when he tell you something, he stands right on it. He gets it done. He said that motherfucker be done at 10 o'clock tomorrow. You ain't got to call him about it.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't see, you know, how if I'm looking at the two, I'm looking at Suge Knight and I'm looking at Daz. Like I said, I don't know Suge as well, you know, but if I'm looking at the two, I'm definitely standing, you know, strong chin up with Daz. And there's nothing pretty much that Suge could say about Daz that's gonna change that.
I agree with you 1,000%. You know, Daz Dillinger has never done me nothing wrong. And I will say this, I want to ask you this though, Wick. How do you feel about these long-standing ass beefs? Daz and Suge have been pissed off at each other for over 20 damn years. I mean, 50 and Rick Ross are approaching 20 damn years of beef.
The list goes on.
The list
I
goes
understand
on.
where you're going with it.
How long can somebody be mad at some damn body?
Well, it depends on the mindset of the person. And a lot of times, one person will check out of that beef. But the other one, you know what I'm saying, they never check out. So it's their maturity rate. When you have guys that you know made a lot of money together, ran through a lot of women, you have that jealousy that's there, you have things that have been done and said that one person may not be able to get over. Like I said, I even just told you a minute ago that I have certain things that I don't have many. My list isn't long of things I can't get past with a nigga. But unless you my brother is the only one can talk about my mama.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? My brother is the only one can talk about my kids because that's their uncle, and we still might get the hooking. Have an issue. We still might get the hooking over it. You know what I'm saying? But that's still unc, and that's still my mother's son or my mother's daughter. So if your sister was to come in, man, mama, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be like, well, you're gonna try to talk them down.
Exactly.
You understand? But anybody else outside of that bubble, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that pass. I can't forgive you over that, and I will hold a grudge 20 years later. Now I may not go out publicly and talk about it and give it energy, but I don't fuck with that motherfucker. And you know, you got people like that. I think what amazes you is what you're trying to say is the beef that serious to hold something for 20 years. It all depends on the rules of the person, how they feel about the certain rules. You know, these beefs, they run deep. You said that, you know what I'm saying? It goes back to gang violence. These beefs, you told me that one time. You say a lot of people can't get past it. They don't want to walk away because somebody from the other side killed somebody from the other
once
side.
That blood gets shed,
you know what I'm saying? But there are people that have walked away from the bloodshed also. It all depends. Some people say, you know what, I lost somebody, and I put in work on the other side too. I'm gonna call it even. The life that I lost was no more than the life that the other side lost. But then there might be a person on this side say, you know what, my sister's life meant more than his sister's life. I ain't fuck his sister. You know, but my sister, it meant more. So I ain't never letting it go. So I mean, you know, I just try to keep my nose, you know, straight, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, sometimes, man, when you get on your knees, be high, and you praying for you and your family, man, you pray for, you know what I'm saying, peace of the OGs, the OGs that don't even know you or think that you even care about them. You know what I'm saying? You pray for the whole situation, man. You know what I'm saying? I say a lot of times, if I see certain stuff in the media, I say, well, you know, try to change their heart. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that, you know, sometimes it works. You'll look up and be like, well, so and so bad, you know, they backed off of that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't put my nose in the middle of it or try to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go to each side and be compassionate to this side of it. You know, but like I said, in this situation with Daz, I firmly stand with Daz. There's no doubt about it. I don't want to be like I'm wobbling. You know what I'm saying? I ride with Daz. But as far as me coming on here and talking down on Suge, I don't know Suge Knight. You understand what I'm saying? And I'll just leave it at that.